Tropical storm Beryl tore off rooftops in Jamaica, disordered angling vessels in Barbados, and harmed or annihilated 95% of homes on a match of islands in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, sometime recently thundering toward the Cayman Islands and taking point at Mexico's Caribbean coast after taking off at slightest 7 dead in its wake. What had been the most punctual storm to create into a Category 5 tropical storm within the Atlantic weakened somewhat, but remained a major tropical storm. Its eye was estimated to pass fair south of the Cayman Islands overnight. Mexico's well-known Caribbean coast arranged covers, emptied a few little remote coastal communities, and indeed moved sea turtle eggs off shorelines undermined by storm surge. But in nightlife hotspots like Playa del Carmen and Tulum, visitors still took one more night on the town. Mexico's naval force watched regions like Tulum, telling visitors in Spanish and English to plan for the storm's entry. Early Thursday morning, the storm center was almost 500 miles, 800 kilometers, east-southeast of Tulum, Mexico. It had most extreme maintained winds of 125 miles per hour, 205 kilometers per hour, and was moving west-northwest at 21 miles per hour, 32 kilometers per hour. Beryl was figured to create landfall in a meagerly populated zone of tidal ponds and mangroves south of Tulum within the early hours of Friday, likely as a Category 2 storm. At that point, it was anticipated to cross the Yucatan landmass and re-strengthen over the warm Gulf of Mexico to form a moment strike on Mexico's northeast coast close the Texas border. The storm had, as of now, appeared its destructive potential over a long swath of the southeastern Caribbean. Beryl's eye divider brushed by Jamaica's southern coast Wednesday evening, thumping out control and tearing rooftops off homes. Prime Serve Andrew Holness said Jamaica had not seen the worst of what may conceivably happen. "We can do as much as we will do, as humanly conceivable, and we take off the rest within the hands of God," Holness said. A few roadways in Jamaica's inside settlements were affected by fallen trees and utility shafts, whereas a few communities within the northern area were without power, concurring to the government's data benefit. The worst maybe came prior in Beryl's direction when it smacked 2 little islands of the Lesser Antilles. Michelle Forbes, the St. Vincent and Grenadines chief of the National Crisis Administration Organization, said that almost 95% of homes in Mayro and Union Island have been harmed by Typhoon Beryl. 3 individuals were detailed slaughtered in Grenada and Carriacou, and another in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, authorities said. 3 other passings were detailed in northern Venezuela, where 4 individuals were lost, authorities said. One casualty in Grenada happened after a tree fell on a house, Kieran James, the Environment Serve, told the related press. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Serve Ralph Gonsalves has guaranteed to revamp the archipelago. In Cancun Wednesday evening, Donna McNaughton, a 43-year-old cardiac physiologist from Scotland, was taking the Drawing Nearer storm and walk. Her flight domestic wasn't leaving until Monday, so she arranged to take after her hotel's exhortation to hold up it out. "We're not as well frightened of. It'll pass on down," she said, "and we're utilized to wind and rain in Scotland anyway."